The ballroom shimmered with crystal chandeliers and golden light, a perfect setting for what was meant to be the wedding of the year. Guests whispered about the millionaire Daniel Hart, whose empire stretched from New York to London. But what most people didn't know was that Daniel's frail mother, Eleanor, was his world, the only family he truly had left. Amid the glittering gowns and tuxedos, no one noticed Rosa, the maid. She moved silently between tables, carrying trays with practiced grace. For years, Rosa had worked in Eleanor's home, not just as a servant but as a quiet companion. She knew Eleanor's favorite tea, the way she liked her shawl wrapped when her hands trembled, and the smile she hid when her son wasn't looking. But tonight, Rosa saw something that made her heart tighten. Daniel's bride-to-be, Cassandra, with her diamond-studded dress and perfect smile, leaned close to Eleanor at the family table. At first, Rosa thought it was just polite conversation. Then she caught Cassandra's words, sharp, cold, slicing through the air. "You're too fragile to sit here. You're ruining the pictures. Maybe you should leave quietly before you embarrass us." Eleanor's trembling hand reached for her cane. Her lips quivered, but she said nothing. Her eyes, filled with shame, lowered to her lap. Rosa froze. A dozen thoughts raced through her mind. She was just the maid. She had no right to interfere. But as Cassandra reached out, tugging Eleanor's arm as though she were an inconvenience to be shoved aside, Rosa's instincts took over. She rushed forward, setting her tray down with a clatter. "Mrs. Hart will stay right here," Rosa said firmly, her voice steady though her hands shook. "She belongs by her son's side." The room fell silent. Heads turned. Rosa felt every pair of eyes on her, but she didn't care. Cassandra's painted smile faltered. "And who are you to decide that?" Cassandra hissed. Rosa straightened her back. "Someone who sees her worth, even when others don't." A hush rippled through the guests. Eleanor's eyes shimmered with tears, not of shame, but gratitude. Just then, Daniel appeared, drawn by the sudden stillness in the room. He saw Rosa standing protectively in front of his mother and Cassandra's hand frozen midair. "What's going on here?" Daniel's voice was calm, but the weight behind it was unmistakable. Cassandra quickly plastered on a sweet smile. "Darling, your mother wasn't feeling well. I was just helping her." But Rosa interrupted, surprising even herself. "She was trying to push her away, sir. She said Mrs. Hart was embarrassing." Gasps echoed through the hall. Cassandra's smile cracked. "She's lying." Eleanor's voice, frail but clear, cut through the noise. "She's not lying, Daniel." Rosa spoke the truth. For a moment, Daniel was silent, his jaw tight, his gaze fixed on Cassandra. The crowd waited, holding its breath. Then, slowly, he turned to Rosa. "You defended my mother when no one else dared," he said, his tone soft but filled with something raw, respect, gratitude, perhaps even awe. "And for that, you have my trust." Cassandra paled, her perfect composure unraveling. The whispers grew louder among the guests. Daniel walked past her without another glance and gently took his mother's hand. Then he looked back at Rosa. "From this moment on, you're not just the maid. You're family." The hall erupted, not with scandal but with applause. Rosa's cheeks flushed, her heart pounding. She had acted on instinct, on kindness, never expecting anything in return. Yet here she was, standing in the golden light, no longer invisible. Eleanor reached out, clutching Rosa's hand with a warmth that said more than words ever could. In that instant, it wasn't about wealth, titles, or appearances. It was about something far rarer: loyalty, courage, and the simple power of choosing to do what was right. And as Daniel guided his mother forward, Rosa walked beside them, no longer in the shadows but exactly where she was meant to be.